This video is sponsored by JJ Drones, the droning veteran, Want to Be Outdoors, and Chillin' in Indiana Carl. Welcome back to Off the Hook Outdoors. I'm Ted, your host, and welcome back to another bait making video. Today in this video I'm going to be making some paddle tails, and they're also known as my Bang Bang Shad. If you're interested, you want to check out my website at offthehookoutdoors.us, where there'll be some other content in there, and also that's where I sell my baits. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make a blue. I'm going to use these for tails. So I'm going to make up, and we will be back when it's ready. 3 minutes. So we are going to open this up here. I hope you can see. I hope you can see that. Okay, there's the blue. Here is the 5 here, and here is, let me show you the results. Okay, so I'm going to shoot another set of these for you. Them out of the mold here, guys. There you go. There's the results there. I'll get these all cut out for you guys. But they come out actually too easy. And you can get these on my website at Off the Hook. That one is not shooting. I'll off for you and show you real quick here. So we had one mess up on there, the bait. So I got 4 baits out of 6, you guys, and that will get the attention of some fish. Okay, so before I start the video today with you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about the itMolds. Obviously, you know, I use itMolds all the time when I'm using my bait making. Very great company. Check them out in the description of my video. The website and everything's on there. They have all of your bait making component needs. They have soft plastics, they have jigs, spinner baits, buzz baits, all kinds of great products that can get you started at a fair price. But before I start the video, I wanted to show you the 2 kinds of molds that they also sell. And this is going to be what I'm making tonight, and this is the paddle tails, and what it's known as the Ripper. It is a 3.5 inch mold, and this mold is the Essential Series mold. And what that means is it's a sand cast mold. It's made with the sand, and this gives you a look, what I believe. I really like the Essential Series is because you know how you buy a pack of baits in the store and they're real shiny? Well, this sand cast mold, this Essential Series, sort of gives you a matted finish, which I believe looks more realistic in the water. Not saying anything bad about the CNC molds, which I'll show you in a second here, but I really like the look of these Essential Series. And the cost of the Essential Series is, you know, it's way more affordable. But the CNCs are obviously milled with the CNC machine. Very detailed, very nice looking baits, but this gives you the more shiny look. And these are just a little more expensive, where the itMolds Essential Series is probably around maybe half the cost of a CNC mold from itMolds. So go check them out. I really like their molds, and I think you will too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make a blue with a silver and black flake body. First, a solid body, and then I'm going to go, I have some remelt here. I don't know if you can see that. I have some chartreuse remelt that I'm going to use these for tails. So I'm going to make some blue, or some chartreuse tails on that blue bait later in the video. But right now I got some swim bait plastic here that I'm going to pour in about a cup of this. And then we're going to heat it up, and we will be back when it's ready. Okay, we got a couple seconds left here, and then we're going to pull the plastic out, see if it's ready for colorant. And it looks like it is ready for colorant here. So we're going to mix this up. And I am going to, I guess you guys can see that. Let me move this over a little bit right here. And we are using blue. So we're going to open this up. We're going to squirt some blue in here. Let's go with a couple big splashes here. And we're going to mix that in and see how that looks right now. Looking pretty good. I'm going to go just a hair darker. A little bit darker. So I'm going to add another splash. When you're doing this, you can count your drops. I like to put it in enough at the beginning, the base, and then, you know, you could have a little recipe book too that you use. I do have a few recipes that I have for certain colors. But in this case here, I just want a good solid blue color, which I believe I have right here, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually add the silver flake. I'm going to put a little bit of black flake in because I like to break it up. I believe it gives it a little bit of contrast. So I have the black flake right here. We're going to put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of black flake in there. Not much, just to give it a little bit of contrast. And then I'm going to go with about 1/2 teaspoon of the silver flake right here, guys. So let me get the silver flake in here. We'll do 2 of these because these are 1/4 teaspoon. So there's 1 and there's 2. And we'll see what that looks like. Set this down in case we need more. And we're going to mix that all in. And when you're adding black glitter to any bait, it actually darkens your bait up, the color that you have in there. So it's kind of, and that's all trial and error. You got to play with your glitters and the bait, you know, the colors and everything like that, so you know what you want. But that's looking pretty good right there, guys. So I think that's good. I am going to put it back into the microwave for about another 30 to 40 seconds, and then we will get on with the, we'll shoot some baits here. Okay, so our plastic is ready for shooting here. I'm going to mix it up, and then we're going to make some of the Bang Bang Shad paddle tails. So we get a full injector here, guys. Put it in the mold. This mold has already been, I put worm oil on the mold already. In the mold, it helps it so the baits don't stick in the mold as much. And with these paddle tails, you don't want them to stick. The tails seem to stick the most. So you just put constant pressure down for about, I do it for about anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. And I know you guys heard me say that over and over again, but can't stress that enough. And then we're going to move it and go to the next one. And do the same thing with this one. And your sprues, it will shrink up on you. This is a cold mold. Sometimes they don't shoot well on the first shot. You got to warm it up. A lot of people will use hot plates to warm their molds up before they shoot. I don't have a hot plate, you know, to do that. A lot of people use hot plates also when they're hand pouring swim baits and things. They keep their molds warm, and that helps with a better, you know, when you're pouring, hand pours, it helps. It helps out. So okay, so that is done, and we're going to wait the 3 minutes until they're cured enough where I can pull them out, and I'll show you the results. Okay, well, it's been about 3 minutes, so we are going to open this up here. Hope you can see this. And they come out really nice because they're worm oiled. So I hope you could see that. Okay, there's the blue. So I'm going to take these out, put them over here. Grab these, close this up, set that down. But there is the Bang Bang Shad swim bait there. And this is with the swim bait mold. Let's see. Let me cut these off. I like to cut these. Throw them on the side here. And then here is, let me show you the results. That is the blue with the black and silver 3.5-inch paddle tails. Okay, so I'm going to shoot another set of these for you guys. I'm going to put these down, let them cure up, and then I'll get into the colored tails. So stay with me. Okay, so our second round is ready to go. So we're going to mix that up a little bit. We're going to do another full injector here. And we're going to shoot the mold down with steady pressure till you stop, and then you keep just steady pressure on it, 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, and we're going to move to the next one. Keep this down. But these paddle tails are really, really good. You can really rip them. That's why they're called rippers. Actually, the mold is a ripper mold. So you can really burn these on top water. You can use them as a jig. There's all different ways to fish these paddle tails, and they can be used for salt water and fresh water. So, and these colors can definitely be used in both. So there we go, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes to show you the results of this pour, or this shoot. Okay, well, take them out of the mold here, guys. Open these up, see if they stay in. Oh, let's go this way. Whoop, I almost dropped them. But there's 2 more right here. Oh, that didn't work out real well, guys. But there you go. There's the results there, and there's the other paddle tail. So let me put this down here. Let me cut these out. I'll get these all cut out for you guys, and we will show you these. Okay, they turned out really well also. I always look for air bubbles and things in them. They didn't come out of the mold like I wanted to, but they come out actually too easy. But there is the black, silver, and blue Bang Bang Shad. And you can get these on my website at offthehookoutdoors.us. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, and I'm going to show you how I make the colored tails. So stay with me. Go for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the colored tails now. And I got some remelt chartreuse, and what I do is I got to cut this up into smaller chunks. So I cut it up into my measuring cup here. Pyrex measuring cups are probably the best cups to use for bait making. It seems to be very popular. So I got a couple Pyrex cups, and what I'm doing is I'm just chunking this up in the cup so it melts easier. So I just cut it up in like 1 inch or 2 inch chunks here, and then I'll put that in and remelt this down. And then I will show you what you got to do with the mold. Now the tail mold here is, and this mold here is, I got to shoot the whole bait this color chartreuse, then I got to cut out the tail and then shoot the body in blue. So I'm going to put this in for about 2 minutes, and we'll be right back when it's melted. We got a few seconds left here. I'm going to pull out the chartreuse. It should be melted pretty good. Let's get this out. Set that down. Let's give it a mix. And it does look like it's ready to go, guys. So we're going to move this over, and we're going to shoot it. Okay, so I moved over the plastic to the shooting area here. Set that down. We're going to get a full injector, and then we're going to shoot the whole bait and keep constant pressure for about 10 seconds. Now we're going to move that over to the next part here. Push down, constant pressure. And then we're going to fill the sprues back up. Like so. Put the rest in the cup. And then we'll let that set, and then I will show you the results and show you what I need to do with these baits to get the colored tails. Okay, so now this is the tricky part. So you see I have the mold here. We're going to open the mold up. Try to keep everything in place, which it don't work like that all the time. So what you got to do is you got to put these tails back where they belong, which is kind of a tough thing to do here. So you got to put them tails back in where they belong. Okay, now I'm going to set this down for you guys. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now what I got to do is I use the razor blade, and I'm going to try to get this so I can see. I like to go to the second rib of the bait and cut it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull that second, cut to the second rib and leave that tail. So I go to the second rib here and cut it and pull that out. Okay, and then that is all waste, and that goes right back into the cup here. And what I do is I just cut these in here You can see that, I hope. Let me get this all in there, okay? And then the same thing with this one. We'll see if we can, let's see, we go to the second rib. And it's just a preference, so I just like it to go to there. You can do whatever you want, really. But keeping those tails where they belong is the hard part. So let me cut these back up here. Okay, that's in the cup, and that's ready to go. Now, you can see that the tails are in here. A little bit of flashing on the tails, but that's okay. I take that off. All the tails are set in place. I'm going to fold this back up. And now I'm going to shoot the bodies. So stay with me and I will show you the results. In 1 second, I'm going to set this up in the vise and then we'll shoot the blue body. Okay, so the blue is ready to go. And once again, guys, when you're fusing plastic to plastic, you want to get this heated up to 350. I take it up to about 360, 365. You just got to be very careful you don't yellow or burn the plastic. Once you do that, your plastic is ruined and you got to start over. So let me get a full injector here, and we're going to mount this. We're going to put it on, push it in. Now, there obviously ain't going to use more plastic because you have the tail already in there, but you do want to press down with the constant pressure, and I press a little bit harder and a little longer so I can fuse that tail to this body. And then we move to the next one, and we push down a little more pressure than normal. And then we fill the sprues up. Okay, and I will be back to show you the results of the colored tails here. Okay, so we're going to take this out here, and I am going to lift these out and see how the results are. So one did not take, I can tell. So I'll show you guys this real quick. This is what you got to deal with here. So this one, only half of the body shot. So we're going to get rid of that one. We'll cut that plastic out. But this one here and the other one, we're going to do another set again for you guys. I want to shoot a good set here. But here is the tails with the colored tails, chartreuse tails, and blue body. But this one here, as you can see, only half of it shot. So that's what you got to watch out for. You can see how it's just right here, didn't fill the mold. So we're going to reshoot that. We're going to do another set real quick here, guys. Okay, remelted down the chartreuse. We're going to reshoot them again. See if we can get a full 3 good ones out of this, guys. Okay. Okay, and we'll be back as soon as these are cured. Okay, so we're going to open up these, see what they look like. And they stick it in there, so we're going to pull them out, lay them down, and we are going to stick those back, the tails back where they belong in the mold, which is, this is the part that isn't too fun of bait making. Well, it's all fun to me, but this is just the harder part. You got to get everything in there the way it needs to be in there, or it won't shoot right. So you got to pull them in there, and then I'm going to use the razor blade, go to about the second rib, slice that open, pull that out. These go back in for waste. And we're going to go to the second rib on this one, pull that one out, and the second rib on this one. I'm sorry if I'm in the way there, guys. There we go. Get rid of these, put them in there, let them melt down, and then we can mess with this a little bit. I can push them in a little easier with my fingers now, and then put Put them back over. And we're going to put them back in the mold over here, and we'll shoot the bodies. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back with the blue that's all melted down. Mix it up. Let's get this going here, and hopefully these all shoot well. We'll see. But yeah, the tails, it's kind of a tough task sometimes to get everything to go right. If you keep your molds with worm oil in them, it makes it a lot easier to slide the baits around inside the mold for the tails to go in. We'll see how these look after they're done. I'm hoping they shoot, but if we get a couple good ones out of it, we're okay. And the thing is with this, when you're mixing your plastic, when you're shooting like laminates, you waste the plastic because the actual color is mingled together. With this is I can cut the tail off and remelt the color of the tail, and then I can always shoot the body. You know what I mean? I can always cut the tail off, put it back in the chartreuse pot, and remelt them down. So we'll be right back, guys, once these are finished. Okay, so let's see the results here. All right, so that one is not shooting, the bottom one. So we're going to have to make some adjustments for that one. But the other ones did come out good. So let me cut these tails off for you and show you real quick here. That one come out good. This one come out good. So we had one mess up on there. Got some flashing. So there is the bait. So I got 4 baits out of 6 that were good. And that's just what you have to deal with when you're making baits. So hopefully you guys, and that will get the attention of some fish, definitely. So, all right, I'm going to put this away and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we made the 3.5-inch paddle tail solid blue with black and silver flake. And then we also made for you guys the paddle tail with the chartreuse colored tail there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Share us out, make a comment, let me know what I could do better. Well, if you like the video, if you don't like the video, I appreciate all the input. We're trying to get everything out to you guys, like how I do everything. So, but I also wanted you to check out itMolds. Please go to the website, check them out. We used the 3.5-inch ripper mold today, and that made my Bang Bang shad. And once again, please check out my website where I sell my baits, and it's offthehookoutdoors.us. So thank you for joining me today, and we will see ya. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, please hit that Off the Hook logo, and thank you for your support.